All those people are going to get replaced by AI, by the way. It's already happening. There's massive You see the layoff numbers? You see the jobs numbers? The unemployment rates could be sick. So the last week it was supposed to be, they were expecting 50,000 job growth of 50,000 jobs, and instead it was negative 92,000.
What?
Yeah, negative 92,000. So the AI is picking up.
So we could be looking at. Are you thinking? Could there be a recession coming?
I mean, of course there can. I hope there is, because I make the most money when that happens. But yeah, of course there can be. And the world's a funny place right now. You have AI is going to take a lot of jobs. A lot of people are going to get laid off. Who the hell is ever going to get into a taxi or an Uber with a driver again if you can have driverless cars? Who's going to pay an accountant or an attorney that kind of money if you? Accounting's dead. Accounting's going to be fucked. Accounting's going to be fucked. The worst people, the people that know the most about this, are the engineers, or the computer science engineers that are writing the code to create the AI that then writes its own code and replaces them. And I have a lot of clients that are engineers, and they're about to be jobless. A lot of them. Call centers, even in third world countries.
And what time frame do you give it?
It's happening now. I mean, the last jobless claims numbers, they were anticipating job growth of 50,000, and instead it was negative 92,000. That's last week. But yeah, we're going to have massive job loss from the AI. I actually have a convention in May, 2 months from now. We have a conference where I have amazing speakers coming to talk about this.
Well, let me ask you, Derek, because I am a little, I remember the recession in 08, 07, 08.
Mm-hmm.
The one before that was in 87, I believe. Right?
Well,
87, 88.
There was the dot-com crash.
That was in 2000?
That's right. 99, 2000. And then there was, a lot of volatility around the 9/11 era, late, 2021. And then, things were relatively good until, 08, 09. What you're talking about in 87, that was the housing crash, housing crisis, as they call it, back in 1987, was housing related, yeah.
So same thing. So while we're approaching that 20-year mark. Remember, it was 20 from 87 to
07. Yeah.
We got.
Well, historically, there's a significant recession about every 7 years. Well, there's all sorts of little things happen in between, but historically, about every 7 years, there's a significant recession.
No, but 08 was bad.
It was.
Was it? You're probably. I was born in 87, so you were still a kid.
Yeah, when I was in 87, I was too young, but I made a little money and paid attention during the dot-com stuff. And then I paid a lot of attention and I made serious money. That really helped me multiply my net worth. The things that happened in 2009, the rebound from that. The bottom was the first week of March. It's about exactly this time of year, first week of March 2009. So that's, what is that, 17 years ago now, was the bottom of that market. And things rebounded tremendously since then. The S&P 500 was at like 666, and now it's 10 times that. It's gone up, 1,000% in those 17 years.
Wow.
From where it was then to where it is now. But you have crashes and you have sell-offs, and if you understand the parameters of like how things work, and if you understand the system and the structures, just like fighting, man, if you understand wrestling, you're going to have a great advantage over somebody who doesn't. If you got some good striking too, you're going to have a tremendous advantage of somebody who's not a trained fighter, having those dual skill sets. So, the people that know are going to do tremendously well, and the people that don't are going to suffer and struggle. And you're not going to have a job. The difference is they could do some economic stimulus. They could play around and print money, expand the Federal Reserve balance sheet, and create economic growth back in 2009, 10, 11, 12. And they turned things around a bit that way. We have a lot of inflation since then too, but they're not going to be able to do that in this time when unemployment's going up, 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 up. Unemployment's going to be high. Because why would you ever hire a human to do something that a robot can do? A human gets paid 40 hours a week. They do 12 hours of real work. They do 12 hours of real work, get paid for 40, complain, unreliable. The robot just works around the clock every day, does a better job. Anything you could program the robot to do, no reason you'd hire a human instead of a robot. So things are going to move quickly that way. Next question. Austin C. says, what's your overall thinking on how AI will impact the stock market these next 3 years? Any companies you suggest we research? Well, that's an interesting question. It's very complicated, so I'm just thinking where to start on that. But there's going to be a lot of job loss. And for some companies, that means that they're going to be a lot more profitable. So companies that are labor intensive but can shift to, an AI agent can take care of the labor. So long as their demand stays the same, so long as they don't have a significant loss in demand, they're going to be tremendously more profitable. So, you have to think through some of those sectors yourself. Other things that AI is going to do is you're going to have, just increased productivity and lower labor demand everywhere. Everywhere. I will never take another Uber when there's self-driving cars. I will never, ever, 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 ever take an Uber with a driver, with a human, over the self-driving car, because they're terrible. When you get in there, I pay for the black car every time. I pay for the black car, and I set in my preferences quiet and cool. I got in a vehicle the other day. It's 83 degrees. I'm paying double to use the black car. It's 83 degrees in the fucking car, and the guy's got the windows down. So I said, yeah, put the windows up, and then I realized it's 83 degrees. He's got the heat on, and I'm like, bro, I asked for cool, put it on cool, and then I asked to turn the music off. They look at me like I'm a criminal. I ask for quiet. I said, no music, please. No music, please. I asked for quiet. And they look at you like a criminal, So the few times I've been in like a Waymo or, a self-driver in cars, you just press a couple buttons yourself. You're just like, 67 degrees, no music. Perfect. This is nothing to sneeze at. I guess that was a cough. There's nothing to cough at either.
So what do you think, Derek? What do you think more of the job market is probably going to shift to then? Yeah, like what type of labor? Because it seems like it's going to probably be a little more, for the time being, until it goes into another phase, probably more labor intensive.
I think
until that next wave of when they,
I don't think so at all. I think that it's already happening. Look at the job numbers. Last month it said they're anticipating 50,000 job growth. And it was negative 92,000 instead. They were off by 142,000. 142,000 in a month.